actually live here, Trina. I think we
I
are.
will check, and I bet
It
we are
says
because
we
it
are.
said so.
And the picture's not glitching, and I'm not freezing.
Yes,
Fake
thank
out.
goodness.
Oh, that's April Fool's is tomorrow. Hello. So, hey, welcome everybody into the chat room. So good to see everyone in here. Thank you, all the moderators. There's Big Al. Not sure about my job tomorrow. Over the road. Why? What's going on there? Um, well, thank you, all the moderators. Thank you for all the other people.
I think the thing with the job, for the truckers right now is, you would assume because everybody's home, the Amazon and stuff would be busier. But the thing is that a lot of people don't want to go to work to load the vehicles, and a lot of our stuff is coming from China, and they've stopped all those shipments. So now the warehouses are kind of empty. So they're dropping the loads because there's just not as enough necessity.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff going on. You keep the TV off and you're like, what happened?
Right. Yeah. Amazon drivers are, they're saying the warehouses are just not full. They're just, there's no product coming in because you got to figure we got most of our stuff out of China.
Well, the supply chain definitely has been interrupted. There's no
Oh,
doubt
for
about
sure.
that. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
So
this
that,
can,
that might be an issue. A lot of these guys might be taking a break like the rest of us just because there's just not a lot of shipping and stuff going on at the moment, but it'll resume. It'll resume. It'll just,
well, I hope it does because, we depend on those truckers to bring all the goods
yeah.
right to what they call the last mile, which is typically your local delivery to your local grocery store.
Yep. Yep.
And
That might be what's going to happen is everything starts getting more local.
yeah, I think that this has taught us a lesson as a nation. I don't believe that
I
we'll
think
ever
so.
be
Yeah.
dependent on another, particularly with China. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nuts. Hello from Los Angeles. Hello. We're all around the world. Do you know that, Trina?
I know. And I think this is so beautiful because I am seeing so many positive things that we can bring out of this because, we create. So let's create. And
Yeah.
what I'm seeing is this beautiful thing. It's like this thing came in called the crown, and people who live in fear and people who are stressed out and in service to self, this is going to flip them out. I mean, like I said, it's going to energetically just completely take them down. Those of us who can stay balanced and stay positive and optimistic and know that we'll be fine, it's like you will be. So,
Yeah.
it's about how you're thinking and feeling and how the matrix is affecting you as a being.
I
So
agree.
don't let it bother you. And I see this whole crown as a potential for the biggest awakening. I'm seeing the earth is healing, Wayne. Oh,
It appears to be. I mean,
it
we see
is.
the reduction. I read yesterday in the Wall Street Journal that your local weather is not going to be as accurate because they don't have the planes up that can
Yeah.
measure. I want to say a special thank you to all those that are in the medical industry, the nurses, the med techs, the doctors, um, the folks, even the grocery clerk to the stock person, law enforcement, all of you that are out there on the front line facing this. My wife is out there on the front line.
Yeah.
And I just want to say thank you. I want this channel to go out and say, you are risking your lives to keep
Yeah.
us healthy. And I want to let you know that on this channel, we appreciate that. So thank you so much. We invoke protective favor around all of you and keep yourself balanced, keep yourself
Yeah.
well thought. So
Yeah.
we love you.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, when you start seeing this reality, the simple jobs that most people don't think about it, the person who's restocking the shelves, spoke to the last time I was at the store, one of the restockers, and she almost had tears in her eyes. She just says, when we bring things out like eggs, or we'll bring out something else, she says people have lost all sense of respect, manners.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a mob mentality.
Yeah.
And she said at times, she says, I'm really afraid for my safety.
Absolutely. Because people act crazy when they get
They
desperate
do.
and they get freaked out and they're in fear.
And they
That's why,
are in fear.
yeah. And as I said, Guys, take some time and shield all of these workers and send them bubbles of protection. Send a frequency bubble that just protects them with positive frequency. Just
Yes.
love, just support
Yes.
each other. We have to support each other, and we can get through this. It's going to be fine. But I did see this is the potential I saw when I was little with the shifting of the realities, and it's
Shifting.
fascinating. Yeah.
I mean, one thing you cannot dispute, Trina, is that the reality has shifted.
Oh, for good. Yeah, for definite change that will,
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely going to change.
You look
Yeah.
at 2020 so far, and what I'm seeing manifesting here, everything is being turned upside down.
Yeah, it had to. I saw the charge of the planet flip from negative to positive, which was what people see when they see the new Earth. It's just like flipping a switch. And
Interesting.
yeah, and I was told like you see the I Ching,
Mhm,
the Chinese, and it's got the two, and there's
mhm,
that membrane in between, which is the veil. That's
mhm.
so we're gonna flip to the other side. And it would happen in such a way that we wouldn't know it. And then it would be a process of the dissolving of the realities into their places. But it wouldn't be like, boom, you're in a new world. No, it would not be like that. I saw certain things would happen really fast, and one of those, I think, will be when the lights do go out or the internet goes down. When these things come back online, the world's going to be different, completely different. But it's still going to be in that process of breaking away from each other. So it's like all of this transition that we're seeing, follow your guts, go with your heart, go with what you know, and just stay focused on that and stay focused on unity, coming together, healing the planet, starting to plant more food, being more responsible. All of these things, they will bring us into a position of healing faster if we can stay focused on our end goal.
I love it. I mean, I think there is going to be a bifurcation of, the consciousness of man. You can't
Yeah.
have 2 polarities working in the same space.
Yeah.
You have a positive and you have a negative, and when we know what happens when you bring those 2 together, um, you can either get that repulsion or that meld. And I'm right there. I think that I hope this is. I really do. One of the things I was talking to a person in law enforcement, and not all of us are into understanding that the savior is within. I was reading this
Yeah.
document this morning called the Hidden
I
Hand.
I watched that, and it
Yeah,
was just you were just making me think of that because it's
it's profound,
profound.
isn't it?
Yeah, and they were talking about the negative harvest,
Yes, yes,
and
thank
that
you.
the negative harvest that we were doing a good job for their negative harvest. That's what I mean. I see a lot of people not being able to go through this because they don't have
Yes,
the internal strength and they don't have the collective unity.
bingo. And
That's where we're different because we are getting so solid within our own being. And in that, we're collecting more fully to the entire cosmos. And
I
that's
think
our power.
the Christ consciousness state of
Yeah.
mind.
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, even beyond that solar construct, because I see that's a solar construct. There are
Mm.
many. So we're in a specific solar construct.
What's your
So,
tattoo? Do you have a
fleur
tattoo?
de lis.
Oh, it is the
Yeah.
fleur de lis. That,
Yeah.
that was
Triple Trinity.
it was
I've
our
always known that I wore a triple crown. I've always known that.
that was our logo for a company I had back in the early mid 80s.
Yeah, and
So,
it's so funny. It's one of the first symbols for the divine feminine.
and it truly
Yeah,
is. We
the
could
symbol
really
of the Virgin Mother and the lily that they would baptize the royal babies with. It's got a beautiful history to the symbol. I've always resonated with it.
it's even marked in the female.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the thing I pointed out, how we've all been marked with the chevron? Every one of us. Someone wanted to see my left palm, so there's my left palm.
Absolutely. And I
There's
see
the
that as the
right.
sine wave. Yeah.
So,
Sine wave.
well, they say that this is a mark of debt
Yes.
from,
Because the sine wave to me is the sin.
so I'm
It's
like,
a frequency, Wayne. It's a frequency.
or it's a brand. I don't know.
Well, yeah, yeah, because your
It is a
matter,
brand.
yeah, your matter constructs with sound.
I'll have to send you the document that someone
Yeah,
sent me, but it was very sad because
yeah.
when we incarnate into these bodies, and much to what the document I was reading this morning was saying,
Mhm.
you know, if you want to get out of this, the only way you're going to get out of this is not believing for an external Messiah or Savior. The only
Yeah.
Savior you're going to find is the one inside.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
There. Yeah.
you go like that and you're going,
Yeah.
well, that boy's making some sense.
Yeah, you are your own savior. If you
You are.
don't, you can't, you can't get to a higher level of power consciousness, because like even when you look at these people who have been raised with these occult teachings, they operate differently.
They do.
So I mean, it is about what you know. So knowledge is what they say, the truth shall set you free. That's a fact. Because if you don't do your own work, no one can give you the keys to heaven.
Well, no, you wouldn't know what
Key
to
is
do with them.
forged out of your own
Yeah.
self, and you open the doors to where you're going to go. No one else can do this for you. Even Christ said salvation is personal.
He says it's within.
That's what I mean. It's personal. It's a
Yeah.
personal thing. No one can give this to you or do this for you. This is your own work.
And we bring out a point in here. So here is R. Wayne Steigers as the philosopher. You see, I believe we all have the opportunity to stand at the door, the gate.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
The vast majority are looking for the key to get
Mhm,
out, and
mhm.
they don't realize they didn't take the time here in order to find that key.
Yes. And from what I understand, you have to do it here.
Well, yeah, this is I think the proving ground. You
Yep,
know,
it is.
yeah. There is no pain in the afterlife. It's here.
Remember when I was telling you a while back that God was kind of indifferent? And you were like, "What?" I was like, "Wayne, that's what I know.
Yeah,
It's
I
true. It's
the
true. When
yeah.
you get up to these higher realms, everything is known. There's no, you have no charge to it. So you're indifferent to it because it can't twist you. It can't irk you, tweak you, jolt your system. You are knowing it all. So it does not have any emotional hook. It's crazy weird, but indifference was like the best word I could use for it,
I
because
can
it's
see
like,
that.
yeah, it's totally it's just like, yeah. Mhm.
You I was communicating by email with someone and they were struggling with the coming out of Christianity and
Mhm.
um
Mhm.
the judgment and being judged. And I wrote back to the person, I said, so let me ask you this, very simple. What are you being judged by? Are you being judged because you are perfect, and you have been imperfect? Or are you being judged because you are imperfect and you can't be perfect? I said, so which one is it? And a couple of hours passed and the person wrote back and they said, and they did the little light bulb. I got it. And that's
Yeah.
the point. There's
Yeah.
only going to be one jury and one judge. You're going to
Yeah.
meet yourself.
Yes.
It's true.
Yes. It is. It
Every
truly is.
demonic being I've ever met that tries to do the trick, the first thing they try to do is to play the role of the accuser
Yes.
because they've watched you your whole life.
That, yes, they know it all.
Oh,
Yes.
they know the little things that you
They
think
know the
no
things you
one's.
forgot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I had this experience, and I just simply asked the spirit, and I said, "So let's don't talk about me. Let's talk about you.
Right.
What gives you the right to mock me?"
Mhm.
Never said another word.
Mm-mm.
Gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's true. We do hold the key. As you said, God, if I don't call it God anymore, I think God so diminishes. It's truly the creator, the infinite being, however it is. But you're right. If it permeates everything and is in everything,
Everything.
then ultimately, at some point, we blend with everything,
Yeah.
wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Good, bad. I mean, and by the
All of it.
way, who
Yes.
who is defining evil here?
That that's what I mean. It's just a polarity.
I had,
It's a
when I had Orly
vibration.
on, yes, when I had Orly on, someone said, "Well, how could you bring so evil of a person?" And I wrote back to that, and I said, "Well, you're a bigot." I said, "Who
Yes.
is defining evil here?"
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct. You
she's a
cannot
sweet
know the
soul.
intentions of someone's
Yeah,
heart.
yes, you
You
can't.
can't possibly
Yeah,
understand that.
yeah.
I mean, unless they give you permission and you dive into it with them, but that's their own sacred place. You do not know what is within their hearts.
Nope,
So you
you can't.
cannot judge. Let me tell you, that will bite you. Ooh, it will.
Thank you, Miss Trina.
Whoa. Yeah. I'm like, don't judge, trust me, because you will be proven wrong. I'm like, oh, yeah, I learned that a long time ago. Do not judge a book by its cover. You need to see the energy of the essence of the being of the heart. But you also need to understand people are living in a reaction phase most of the
Mm,
time.
yeah,
So they're reacting to fear.
yeah.
So most of the time, it's hard to get past their fear to actually get into the essence and say, what is this vibration? What are you resonating at? Because like I said, that's some deep internal stuff. You can't know what someone's intention is. You don't know why people are doing what they're doing. And you can't judge another because you're not in their reality.
It's like you can't judge what is beautiful in another
No, what's
person.
pretty to one
That's
is not to another. And
yeah,
what, yeah,
yeah,
we all have a different
yeah. You
perspective.
know, I
Yes.
I just, what I love about the people that we have on here is for the vast majority, they're very sincere. They
Yes.
actually live what they believe.
And you can feel the love in their
Yeah,
hearts.
yeah.
You really can. It's like, oh my God, some of you guys like make me cry.
It's all y'all's fault.
It's like you make me cry sometimes because I just feel the love so much and it just like lose it. It's like, but it's a good lose it, so it's good.
Uh, it's all y'all's and right there, everyone talking in there.
We love you. Oh, so much.
Uh, there is someone who says, but you cannot judge, but there are those that can. I don't know about that. I mean, again, it was these, what was it? It was a boomerang effect
Hmm.
because what I found was that I was always measuring the person to myself and I
Yeah.
never could meet the measure to begin with.
Yes. Yeah, this is what I
Yeah.
mean. We have to stop looking outside and we have to just start looking within and saying, this is what I am. And how can I make it better? How can I heal its wounds? How can I dive into the hidden traumas within me that keep triggering me? That's just like me, when the whole memory of the royal family and getting sold to a king. And
Yeah,
I've
it
seen
sucks.
so many trauma patterns that have been in this lifetime from that trauma.
I can see that.
I think that's why I'm divorced. But
Yeah.
to not be owned and not be ruled. And, I think this is all that was probably put in my foundation for these times to learn how to come into my own power. Like I said, but those traumas sucked. But I had to go through them apparently to get where I am today. So it's amazing how you can see how these have affected your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Almost dropped me my wedding day, Wayne.
Really,
Like I said, I had that cellular trauma memory and I didn't know where it was coming from. I had no
I can
idea.
see that.
Yeah, when I got crowned on the boat, which was right before I got married. So I got crowned on the boat and had that huge, horrendous vision of being a queen and this trauma. And then when I got married, it happened again. But when it happened, I didn't realize that was what it was again. I still didn't know what it was. And I almost passed out. And my
Mm.
family, they know I don't crack under pressure. So that was really weird for them to see. They were like, "What is wrong with you?" I was like, "I don't know." You know, I'm like, "I don't know."
That is so interesting,
Yeah, my dad
because
literally, like, I lost the circulation of my arm because my dad was holding me up with our arms linked. He was holding. I'm like,
is
"Dad,
this
don't
why
hit me."
you were exchanging valves?
Yeah, I got hit with that
Oh
cellular trauma
god.
again.
I know that had to be one hell of a wedding. I
It
mean,
was a shit show. I had to rip my veil off. I turned white. I was going, losing consciousness. It was terrible. And I had no idea what this was from until I actually was able to retrieve more of the memories from that lifetime and saw how it went together. And then I was like, oh my God, that's why this affected me this way. That's why this affected me this way. I was like, holy smack. Wow. So, but
was
now,
your ex-husband, was he awake?
oh no, that's why.
God, Trina.
And he had every
Ay, ay, ay.
opportunity, and he was trying, he just never got there. He's still too stuck in his trauma, but like I said, we don't know where it comes from.
You
This
know,
is
it's
crazy.
interesting we're talking about, because we're talking about creating safe places here.
Yeah.
My youth growing up was, I was kidnapped.
Yeah.
Father beat me to the point where I had to learn how to walk again. All these traumas, but the interesting thing, I was meditating. It's interesting how the synchronicities are here. They're strong.
Mhm.
And I look back on my life, and the voice that came to me and said, "You passed your own test."
Yes.
You know what I learned through all that trauma?
Mhm.
Forgiveness.
Yes. Mhm.
I mean, it
Mhm.
it it will set you free, brother and sister.
Yes, it will.
It
That's
will.
really good. You just reminded me I need to go forgive that king, and I need to go forgive my father from that
Yeah,
lifetime. I bet
yeah.
you that's the ending of this whole thing for me is I got to go there now because I didn't even think about that till you said it, and that is work that needs to be done. So, because I'm still holding this cellular trauma in my body. So, I mean, it doesn't affect me now. I've been able to go like that's why I told you, Wayne, the YouTube thing and being in front of people. I was like, oh, nope, nope, nope.
Not having any
Never
of it. Nope,
knew
nope,
where that
nope.
came from, and now
Yeah,
I do. And
yeah.
now I'm overcoming, and I'm like, no, it's okay. And
Wow.
there's no charge. It's like the charge is gone now. Now it's like, oh, okay, fine.
Alien believers, he is 82, he or she.
Yay! Yay!
Welcome
My
here. I
fun.
mean, love that. I mean, you
Well,
see, it's
yeah.
a matter of state of mind. I mean,
Mhm.
ML from the master's teaching, one of the things that I've walked away with that most, and I say it to my body now all the time, I used to be where I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. It was very difficult. Now I'm in love with myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I really am. And now
Yeah.
I'm telling my body, listen, I believe I can find the way that I can take you with me.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
did.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
was a good looking dude at the age of 20. I just want to let you
It's so
know.
funny. I think I manifest as a child in those realms. And
Yes,
I think now, when I manifest, I'm going to be about this 30s, whatever. I think it's a sign of ascension.
I believe it. Someone wrote me and said that,
I
that,
do. I think so because I was always a child, and I'm not going to be a child anymore. But my child's going to be standing beside me. But yeah,
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 yeah. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, it's really interesting
mhm,
how we come
mhm,
now. There's challenges that I still see for myself. I mean,
yeah.
um,
Me
I
too.
was an I mean, I have always been an A-type personality, and you have to just admit that that's just the core. That's just how we are.
Yeah, it's your connection to probably Leo, to the lion part of the zodiac.
I
It's
could see
literally
that.
these are your attributes that come through the different chakra wheels, and you literally vibrate and resonate with your personality wheels, which are those gods, creator gods, and their personas, personalities. And I think this is how we get our personalities and why we're born at a certain part of the zodiac at a specific time. It's so we can become more of these specific attributes. So,
And
yeah.
the thing is, and Trina, I can see that in you now. You are a free spirit. As
Mhm.
if you and I had grown up when I was living on the commune, I told you I knew someone I swear it was you, but not
Yeah.
you, but I told you when we first met, I know you.
Yeah, the
And
personality, the resonance of certain frequencies, so
well,
I
you have her
vibrate.
same look. I
Yes,
mean, it's
and that I think it goes with it. It's the
yeah,
weirdest thing.
it
I
is
think,
weird.
yeah, you become you become through the attributes that you choose.
Now, her name was Wendy, but the thing about it was
Mhm,
she was an independent, strong, and we're talking at the age of 18, 19.
mhm,
Very, in fact, as I'm thinking about it, it was the feminine
mhm,
power that extruded from her.
yeah.
We looked
Mhm,
at her as part of the leadership of the group. So yeah,
mhm. That's funny. Yeah, I was kinda that way too when I was growing up. It's weird.
56. Okay. Alan says, I'm 56, not 82. May you live to be 82. There we go. But
Right
Trina,
on. You're like, "We need to correct those numbers."
yeah, wait a minute, slow it
Wait,
down.
wait, wait, I'm not there yet.
Alien believers, that's truly time jumping. So
Yeah,
welcome back.
absolutely,
Like,
absolutely.
wow, for 5 minutes I was 82 and I haven't passed 60 yet.
Awesome, yeah, grab that wisdom.
Grab it by the horns, don't let
That's
it
it.
go.
Yeah.
But getting back to the point that, as I look back on the life of the souls that I have interacted with, I'm finding a certain pattern almost. I mean,
Mhm.
it's taken 60 plus years to figure it out, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah,
Me too.
yeah.
I see, um, I see consistent patterns of people I draw into my life over and over and over
Ain't it
again, and
odd?
they even have the same astrological signs. It's really weird.
They
Really.
do. Yeah,
Yes, they
yeah, they
do. It's
do.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
crazy. It's like we are magnets, and that's based upon hidden trauma and, desire. So,
oh, I like that.
yeah. Yeah,
Desire
things
is
are pulling
one.
at you that you don't know, and then there's things pulling at you because you want them. So
Mm.
you're activating that magnetic force. So it's coming back, that's the
So
magnetic.
desire, that's one of those ambiguous type of topics because I can say,
Yes.
well, I desire to excel.
Mhm,
I really desire that chick. Oh man,
mhm.
you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That
Yeah,
everything has that ability to be brought into the negative or the positive light.
yeah, yeah,
Anything, anything. You can
yeah.
turn anything into good or anything into evil because they're both existing in the same 0 point.
And you see, that's where we get back to that whole murky area of defining what's good and what's evil. Most people
Exactly.
are predicated on the Abrahamic religions, and that
Bingo.
pollutes them. It does, folks. It pollutes us.
Yes, because it's making you divide. It's making you
Yeah,
choose
yeah,
a side. And anybody who's making you choose anything is trying to put you into a trap.
yeah. I mean, growing up, one of the things I was a free soul, and I'll admit it. And so it really was sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Right.
And the thing that I could never understand was that because I read the whole Bible before I would turn 15. When I read the Song of Solomon,
Mhm.
I mean, that's graphic pornography in most
Yeah.
cultures. Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, it certainly is in my book. Um, but it also was kind of an opening for me to have a different understanding of the feminine.
Yes.
Yeah. So how
So
could you say,
you can use it in either way. You can go as porn or you can go as sacred. It's such a different
yes, thank
way
you.
to look at it. So you got to
Yes.
figure, are you going to take this down the porn or are you going to take this down the sacred? And that's a choice. You choose which polarity you will entertain within your thought because
I've
your
never
thoughts
understood
create
what the word,
emotion.
it's true. It's very true.
Yeah.
I often wonder because you find this, and I see one of the comments someone said sex addict, but you know, listen, if you read of the rulers of our past, I mean, all right, Solomon had
Mhm.
a what 300 wives.
Yeah. They
Uh,
were all sex addicts.
yeah, I mean, that's
All
what I
of
was just
them.
going to say.
All of
All
them.
of them.
All of them.
All
the
of them.
demigods, all of them. They all had sex. They just, yeah, sex.
Sex, sex,
I
sex,
think,
sex, sex, sex,
well,
sex,
because
sex,
I
sex, sex.
think we were merged with beast animals, very primal. So I think this is
Mm,
when we got our primal, a third dimensional vibration. And I think those were anchored in through the chakra system. So we became, once we locked into physicality, third dimension, we locked into the nature construct, and that is primal. That's why we have fight or flight. This is part of our reptilian construct as a human. So
it,
these also keep you safe, protect you, will save your life, produce adrenaline, can help you do things in times of need you could never do before. I mean, so it's got a positive and a negative, just like everything.
True. I mean, in the Bronze books, there's a story, one of the stories of creation,
Mhm.
and it was called Man was basically a wild animal.
Yeah,
Um,
and I see that.
yeah,
I've seen that when journeying through, asking, my guides to show me time and show me how we came to where we are. And I can't process it all. It's too big. The story's too big for my head, but they
I'll
can
send
show
it
me
to you.
parts. Yeah,
It's an interesting because,
and I believe that.
the
Yeah.
man, they called him the man eater, something like that.
Mhm.
Um, so the gods came down and they saw man, and they knew that man stood out. He had a higher intellect, but man thought of himself as an animal and mated with the animals. And
I
then when
think that that was true.
yeah,
I see that potential as being true. Yeah.
so they devised a plan to capture him, but he was
Mhm.
very weary because he could smell their scent was different than his.
Mhm.
And so they got the temple priestess to go out and basically offer herself, and they captured him.
Uh-huh.
And once he mated with the temple priestess, his scent changed, and he went back into the woods, but the animals became afraid of him.
Yep.
So one of the stories.
I totally can see that because that's exactly what I saw when two different points of light touch, and it's through procreative fluid exchanges, but it could even happen energetically because it always is energy first.
Yes, it
I've seen
is.
it makes a new creation.
Well, I challenge anyone to show me where passion, lust, is not first generated up here.
It
That's
is.
the energy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because the thought produces the emotion, and the
Yeah.
emotion produces the effect.
Oh, this is cool stuff, folks. I mean, come on. I mean,
Yeah.
and we don't even charge for admission. But it kind of brings into, where we are today. I mean,
Yes.
we're in basically self-isolation.
Yes.
Uh,
And
someone
that's why
says
I'm
they
telling
lost
you, I think, Wayne, we've been called to go in and do the inner work right now. And we need to show who we are. So it's time.
Ooh,
It's time.
I think it is. I mean,
Yeah.
I've gotten a couple of emails just here in the last couple of days that have brought tears to me because
Mhm.
the people are waking up.
Yes.
When you get things, people say, um, I've
Mhm.
learned to love myself for the first time in many, many years. I won't give the age of the person because they know,
Beautiful.
but it is beautiful, isn't it?
It's the greatest gift.
Yeah. You know
Yeah.
what? I'm sitting there washing the dishes. My mind is always focusing in on favor,
Yeah.
and I relive my life, and I specifically remember points like you were saying, forgiveness in another timeline.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of meat
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah. Because I want to forgive it all.
Yeah,
All because it every time I do it, it makes my body happier and happier and happier.
it is. It's true.
It's
My Lynn looked at me the other day and she says, you're really she said not only she said what drew me to you, she said, was that you had this smile, and she says that smile is becoming ever more intense. And I said, well, honey, just call me the Rock.
That's
I
it.
do,
That's it.
yeah, it's like, yeah, I can't do the thing with my
And
eye, but
it's
anyway.
you know, like I said, your optimism, it literally shines out of you, and that's such a gift to the world. It really is.
Well, when I'm around such beautiful souls as yourself and, it just lifts me up, you know? Now I'm hearing
That's it.
Celine Dion singing, "You lift me."
Absolutely. You see how you're a magnet and you're bringing all these wonderful, beautiful people into your reality? It's because of what you think and what you feel and what you believe. That's bringing all of this together. It's you.
It started, yeah. You've gotten here, and I'm so grateful for it.
Because
Although
you
we
were
who can we
drawn.
blame that for? Is that Brian over at Milky
Uh,
Way?
um, Actually, yes. And yes, it's
Yes,
Brian.
yeah, I like
Yes,
that.
and yes.
Yes,
Yes, and
yes,
yes.
yes, yes,
Hmm.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see there's a lot of new people in here. I can see that. Hello, Karen, King of Quartz. Um, yeah,
Hey, Karen.
Wally Worlds where customers. Regina, when you said that, I saw Chevy Chase sitting out there with John Candy.
Oh God, that's funny.
Oh,
Wally
that's worth
World,
that.
where's
That one is great.
where customers smile.
Oh,
Oh,
come
that's
on. I mean, that was just a funny movie. I mean, the first
yes.
vacation. I mean,
Hi, Sabrina.
can you see the people in the chat?
I just picked it up. Yeah,
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
so distracted with chat. I'm
yeah.
like, I want to focus on you because got to. But yeah,
Well,
I love like I'm like, hi family.
it's like, hello, how y'all doing? Hello, Nina, the
Yes, so
Mystic.
hi
You know,
family. I love you all. I'm glancing down once in a while, peeking in. It's like, 'cause I would be
it's
there too.
like, okay, let's see. Trina has helped me a lot. Love my sister. That's cool. Dark truth. Well,
Oh,
she
I love.
is a delightful spirit, folks. I mean, Miss Trina, I've told you this many times. You're a far out chick. That's all I got to
Well, you
say.
guys are too. And I came
Yeah.
here. I know my job was to activate people to turn them into Jesus. And like
I
I
love
said,
that.
that wasn't an ego thing. It was a way thing. And that's what that's what they told me. Don't forget, you got to go and be like Jesus so you can show other people be like Jesus. And it was a healing thing because I would have that. I was a little kid, so this was the
Hmm.
reference. I could identify with this person. He knew I would know who that person was, if you
Right.
even you could figure that one out. So this way was this activation. And like I said, we're doing it. We
I
are
think
doing
we
it.
are.
Oh, I know it. And is everybody going to get together for the 4th for that global meditation on 4/4?
Is it 4/4? And I think, what time is that?
I
Someone,
don't know, but we need to start sharing that information. I have it on chat. I'll send it to you, Wayne, if I find
okay.
it. I'll look for
Yeah,
it again. Yeah,
I'll
anybody
repost
who
it.
has it, send it. Let's get this word around and let's connect on 4/4. And I mean, this is an opportunity. I love it.
Thank you, Miriam. Wait till you get to this week's episode of the Steiger Perspective.
Mhm.
Did you listen to last night? I'm reading the book Night World, and
I've had a heck of a time getting on there, but I'm gonna have to work on that. So
yeah,
if you
it
could
it
send me a link because I have to
yeah,
install something or
yeah.
something on the phone. I don't know
Uh,
what. Yeah,
anyway, yeah, it's pretty cool.
I've caught
So
you a couple times on the radio though, and I was like, I love it.
yeah, we're going down what the otherness is, and so it's going to be an exciting
Oh,
story. And I just want
very
to talk
cool.
about it. Lynn looked
Good.
over at me on Sunday, and she said, "Are we panicked?" And I said, "No." She said, "Do you feel scared?" I said, "No. Do you?" She says, "No." I said, "Do you feel anxious?" She says, "No, I could take a nap."
Right,
And
right.
so yeah, it
Yes.
was just the fact that she was saying that, we're not buying into all this. We're being mature about it. We know that this is real, but we're not buying into the associated, I don't know, what do you want to call it? The
Yeah, fear,
package?
fear,
Fear.
fear.
Yeah.
It's fear program.
Yeah, it
So
is. Yeah.
they want you to jump on the fear program, and
Yep.
yeah, and then lose all your creative abilities because you're
Yep.
trapped into the dark matrix that they created. So yeah, stay out
Yeah,
of that.
because you're focusing on their creation.
That's you. They're having you manifest it.
Bingo.
They're
Bingo.
using you as a tool
Yeah. Yeah.
because you're creating all day long. You can't stop it. So man, guard your feelings. Guard your
Got to.
creation center. guard it. And
Yeah,
if you don't feel good, go watch something happy, go turn on some music, just shift that vibration. And that's going to be how we do this, guys. It's that simple.
may I suggest Brewer and Shipley, Ricky Tai Tai, and that'll get you in the place where you need to be.
Yeah.
I love
Uh,
the lyrics of that song. It says, "All the spirits dancing around my head makes me glad that I'm not dead." Richie
abs-
Tai Tai. And yeah, I mean, folks, it is a joy to be in these bodies. It really
yes,
is. We
because
don't
we're so, yeah, we're so connected to all of matter.
Susie Q, she says, Jesus is my brother. I do not worship him. He does not live inside me. I was born divine, sovereign, and free. Spot on, high five.
Yes. Yes.
That's the idea, and it is a state of consciousness,
Yes, it's
isn't it?
a
Yeah,
way of being.
yeah,
Yes. And,
yeah.
like I said, you don't get to be a master until you work at it. It takes work.
You know what I have found in this lifetime?
Mhm.
Oftentimes being the servant is that lesson.
I'm telling you, why do you think a washing of the feet is so powerful?
Oh, yeah, it is. Have you ever done that? We did
I
that
am a
in,
reflexologist, yeah,
well,
and
I guess you
I
do. Excuse me.
yeah, and I used to work with crystals and stones
Yeah,
and do
yeah.
reflexology and water and essential oils in the water. Like if
Mm.
their liver needed cleaning, we'd use lemongrass, different remedies for different stuff. And yeah, it's one of my favorite things is
If
to
we
work.
all get together, we ought to do a foot washing session.
Oh, that would be
I'm
so awesome.
serious. I
It
mean,
would be awesome.
I can't think of a better
It's the
way of serving.
soul. That's why they call it the
Yeah,
soles of your feet. And you can
exactly.
address the entire body with the foot. It's
Yeah.
such a beautiful healing thing. And just to put someone's feet in warm, clean water with the
Mm.
essential oils, and that just, it's such a comfort. It's so comforting.
I
Yeah.
One of the things I found, and it came to me but I found that when I get out of the shower now, I spend about 5 minutes actually taking my thumb and running it on the sole of my feet right there at the crown where, you know,
Yeah.
and I have found the most interesting correlation, stimulates the circulation system.
Yeah, because you're going through the entire central system of your organs, because that's where your organs are in the foot. You
I
really
d
want to kick that up a notch, start at the tip of your big toe and run down the whole side of the foot along from the big toe down, because that's the entire spine.
uh, yeah,
Yeah, and the toe is literally the crown chakra,
you see,
the big
we
toe, crown chakra.
this is something that we all can do individually.
Yes, and for the people in your family and the people you love and the people you're at home with. Yeah,
Deep
so much
Thoughts says
power.
apple cider vinegar foot baths are
Oh,
healthy.
wonderful. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
because it puts the body alkaline. Very powerful.
Oh, I like, maybe you ought to do it. Maybe we ought to do something like that.
Yeah, it's what it does. Because
I,
your body, your feet literally bring in that element and all those acids,
hmm,
and it neutralizes all the acids in the body. So it's like that, they neutralize each other out, put you alkaline.
Kurt Plain says great theory, but no evidence, but feels good. I don't know about that. I think that,
There is evidence. It's the only thing the medical field will actually cover through insurance is reflexology.
it's true. They will
It's
let that do that. Yeah.
proven. Yes, it is proven
Mhm.
scientifically, or they would not cover it through your HMO.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's covered.
I think that this is probably one of the most, I think, human things that we could do is really start.
Yes.
Isn't this something, as think about this, Trina, is that we're in social isolation now.
Yeah.
Everyone is distant from everybody. And I am seeing that the next time that we do meet as a group, and I believe that this group will meet,
I do too.
um, I think we ought to do that. I think
I
we
do
ought to
too.
have what a, it's almost,
Yeah.
it's almost sacred,
Yeah.
almost ritualistic, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
See, and the
I,
bells are telling me.
yep, exactly. It,
Look at
it
Julie Payne.
literally, I've seen powerful things happen with footwork.
Yeah. Yeah.
Powerful, powerful things. I've seen people go out of their body having footwork.
Jill Jarrett says I'm a reflexologist, and it does work. I'm a massage
Right on,
therapist.
Jill.
Yeah.
Oh, it's powerful work.
Yeah.
Powerful work. I mean, you can make people, big, grown, strong men, cry like a baby.
I believe that. I
You
believe that.
can. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, there are pressure points. So, working around the ankles and stuff, be very careful with those areas, especially for pregnant women. Do not do reflexology unless you're trained on a pregnant woman. It can have her go into labor.
Uh,
That is very serious condition and it's real. So do not work with feet with pregnant women and specifically stay away from their ankles. All around the bottoms and the bases and the sides of the feet and the ankles. Do not go near there.
I can make a solemn vow. I
Yeah.
will never do that.
Yes, don't.
I don't know any pregnant women, number one. And number
Yeah,
two, Lynn would probably say, just what do you think you're doing?
right,
You
right.
know,
But just to
but
let anybody else
yeah,
know who
I didn't
wants to
know
work
that.
on people that they love at home, I'm like, oh, precaution. Everybody needs to understand there is one warning with reflexology, and it's watch pregnant women with the uterus area of the foot and all these pressure points that will literally induce labor. So
They have found also with the ankle, particularly where there's a swelling in other areas, that can show that you're very close to a cardiac arrest, a heart attack.
absolutely, and that's how they know when you're going to die when you're basically in the old age homes. That's how your wife. The one thing they
Yeah,
look at
she
is the
knows it.
feet.
Yep.
Yeah,
That
they can
the
see it in the
feet are
feet, the
very
hands.
important.
Yeah, the blood starts drawing into the body. They're
Yep.
getting ready to transition and their feet swell up and go cold. And yeah,
Because they actually, as I'm thinking, they do have a reflexologist that comes in once a week. They used to, not everything is locked down now, but
yeah,
worked on the feet.
absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
medically definitely proven, and
yeah.
especially like people who can't get up and can't get around and aren't mobile, like they can't move their body system. So this is one way to really help move their body systems through an
Mm,
etherical
mm, mm.
channel, basically, because this is a hologram. The bottom of the foot is the hologram of the body.
So now, Trina, maybe help us here. Someone says I'm too ticklish. You can actually get over that because I used to
You can.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know people, you can't touch their feet, but after about 5 minutes of the water and the oils, they start to relax and then it's okay. There's always certain areas that will be extra sensitive for them, so you just avoid those. So,
Yep.
keep working through it, but you will get more comfortable with it, and then you'll be like, "Oh, this is wonderful," because that's a trigger in your body.
It's so interesting we're talking about. So what I do is when I get out of the shower, I get lotion and I will massage again right there in the ball of the foot going up to
Absolutely.
the bridge where the toes are. And
Yeah.
I gotta
And
tell
you know
you,
what that is? That's
what is that? The
chest, lungs, respiration. The tips of your toes are all your sinuses in your head. The big toe is the brain, the head. And like if you have a headache, if you pull and stretch and rub your big toe, a lot of times it'll take your headache away, just like it will if you work the hand right here, in the hand. So these are pressure points.
wow.
And this for nauseousness and vomiting, you'll feel a sore spot. Like if you're going to throw
Huh.
up, you'll feel a sore spot in there. If you just press it and hold it, normally you can stop puking. Another one too is the back of the occipital ridge and the third eye at the same time. That'll stop vomiting. So there's all these wonderful tools we have inside of our body through these energy lines, these meridians. And oh, they're awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
Far out. I mean, this is
That's
just,
what we are electrical beings. Like
I'm
anybody who
learning
thinks
that.
we're not like electrical, we are electrical. We're energy first. And this is what you're working with when you're working with energy work, reflexology. You're working with the hologram. You're working with
Yeah.
the whole body through one part of the body. It's the same fractal, it's a
Mm.
fractal. So I
I,
mean, we're diamonds. We got lots of fractals. Our hands are fractals, the ears are
yeah.
fractals, the eyes are fractals, feet are fractals. Yeah, pieces of the whole.
Fascinating. I'm sitting here, when you look at this, Amy says, "Do you have always the best information?" She
Oh,
does. Yeah.
I love to learn, and when I went to Southwest Institute of Healing Arts, man, you guys thank those people because they opened me up to my gifts I didn't even know I had. So the education for me there was beautiful,
Excellent.
beautiful.
Excellent.
Yeah. I got certified in 19 different modalities.
And the problem
I kind
is,
of went crazy.
and
I was in
again,
love with all of it, Wayne.
it shows. It shows.
Yeah, it was a beautiful gift.
And
Yeah.
the problem is that you live in Arizona, and you're not in the other,
Yeah,
49
I'm going to
states.
start working on remote healing. But like I said, I've seen some powerful things happen when I work on people. Man, you need somebody there to make sure their body is going to be safe. Because sometimes unlocking trauma and stuff brings out some crazy stuff. I mean, vomiting,
Yeah, I
all
mean,
kinds of things, seizures, convulsions, chills, coughing, gag reflexes, like they think they're choking. There's weird stuff that comes out of bodies when you heal it, when you bring this trauma out and you're saying, hello, I'm here to find you. Let's have a talk. And when they come out, they come out in all different ways. So, that's my only concern because like I said, when the work's done right, sometimes it's pretty crazy. And
it's,
yeah.
I could see how this could be almost misconstrued as, how you could say evil spirits coming out of the body when the body is
Yeah.
being healed,
All the top athletes now are getting into all this stuff because they had chronic tinnitus and they couldn't get rid of it. And every medication didn't work. But they weren't going to be able to go to the Olympics if they couldn't get rid of this dizziness and this tinnitus. They're going to cranial sacral therapists now and it's fixing them. So people are starting to understand has nothing to do with supernatural. This is just super in your body already. You just never were taught how to use these things.
Well, they've said that the placebo effect, every
Oh, it's
drug,
the most beautiful tool for healing I've ever
yes, it
witnessed.
works.
It's
It's
my
a
favorite.
science.
It's my favorite.
See?
That's what I'm a gifted healer. That's my thing is I can sometimes activate placebo. And woohoo!
They have shown
We win. Oh man, it's awesome.
because they've shown that it will literally heal a person.
Oh my God, I've seen it. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Oh, when we get there, oh, winner, chicken dinner.
The
Damn.
drug companies don't want you to know that. And the thing
Oh,
about it is,
but they've been dealing with it for what, 200 years now?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, remember those prescriptions are not healing you.
No.
They're just maintaining you.
Most of them are causing side effects
What?
that are
Oh
actually,
yeah.
yeah.
I love the ones that say, and they're giving you the whole list. It
Cause
may cause
death.
death.
Yes,
Say
could cause
what?
death. You might go blind.
But that's why I'm taking the drug, so I won't die. But you're telling me that
Right. But
I
just like
could
you.
die if I take the drug. Oh, and you're charging me how much for this privilege?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And you're telling me that, such things as the laying on of hands, reflexology, the dealing
I
with the
think, Wayne,
body.
this goes so much bigger. It's giving away your power. So
Ooh,
if you're going to the pharmaceuticals to get your medicine instead of activating your own pharmakia, again,
which, by the way, if you want to
never-
talk about a little something that Paul wrote, Paul said, as he told Timothy, one of the signs in the last days, that he said, get this, the entire population would be on pharmaceutica, which is pharmaceuticals.
yep,
Today,
yep.
virtually the whole population of the planet is on a drug.
All of them are because of the immunizations.
Yeah, and by the way, I did see a nice big old chemtrail across my house today. I thought
Did
those
you?
jets were not flying anymore. Sons of bitches.
That's interesting. Yeah,
Yes, yes, it is. I have a theory on that, but
I do too.
it's ball,
I think you're right.
barium, aluminum. Yeah,
Yes, I
yeah,
think you're
it's
right.
ball.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm
Hiya,
a
ball. How you
survey.
doing?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh man, but you
Yeah.
see, now it goes to show you, as I said that, this I had this picture in my head. So when I was growing up, ball was a word for having sex with a girl.
Oh, wow.
In fact, Alvin Lee and 10 Years After has the song on the Shh album, I Want to Ball You. Doom, 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 doom,
Wow.
doom, 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 doom. I want to ball you.
I did not know that. That is
Yeah.
profound because
Yeah.
this whole entire system was made through genetics, procreation, different
Mm-hmm.
species, different blendings,
Mm-hmm.
different stuff. So we're fully hybrids. And this genetic blending, we've got all these different stuff in us. We've been added to and added to and added to. So yeah, that's crazy ball. And
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest contributors to our
I'm sitting here
situation,
going,
would be this ball thing. Yeah.
what the freak were we doing? I thought we were just messing around. I
And it's
didn't
so
know.
funny too. Kids go play ball.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
that's kind of profound.
And what is the biggest sport? Soccer ball,
Yeah.
football,
Oh, all the balls, but
all the
yeah.
ball.
Yeah, all the balls, but soccer, yeah. Yeah. Which what is a soccer? Dodahedron, water,
Yes,
correct?
yes, yes,
Yeah. See, the
yeah.
ultimate power comes
Uh-huh.
through the emotion, the water. How can we steer the
Oh,
cat?
Saturnalia. I mean, you think about the way of a soccer ball at the tip.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
Like I said, we have all of these archetypes or
Yeah,
archons. They're in
yeah.
us through our energy centers. So you can use them as your power, or you can let them guide and control you or steer you to potentially maybe a negative potential you don't want to be in. So, as I said, we have to manage all of these influences that we have naturally born into the body. But we can control all of these energy centers through our thoughts and what we feel, because the thoughts that you allow into your mind create the feeling in the heart center. So you
Oh,
have
yeah.
to, control what you allow into your thoughts. Like I said, limit TV, limit these things that are just pumping fear, fear, fear. And if you start feeling yourself getting like rocked a little bit, step away from it, go outside, go look at nature, close your eyes, because you can close your eyes and you can instantly be in Disneyland if you want to. So
Nina the Mystic, you're right. Balls to the walls. So I think as Deborah was talking about AC/DC.
yeah, I heard the song. Yes, ACDC, balls to the wall. Oh my gosh.
Crystal
And look,
MacArthur. Um,
ACDC,
yeah, there you go.
balls
Isn't
to
that?
the wall. Oh my God.
Well, folks, here you
You just
go.
dropped the truth bomb with that one.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Yes, it's a Magi nation. A
I did
Magi nation. I
my
like that.
nation.
Yes. Julianne Payne, I'll tell you what, I love
Yes.
the energy of all these individuals. And Julia's taught us a lot about
Words.
understanding woods.
Yes.
All in chain, yes. I think Janis Joplin, Danny, on that one,
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, see, it's all around us. Who'd have known?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, it
Wow.
was a phrase that we used, in my youth, but I never knew.
That's amazing to me because that like puts a lot of pieces of the puzzle together for me because I had no idea that was a sexual procreative term because
Yes.
that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
That ball would be a meaning of sex. That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense to me, just a lot.
And it's
Mhm.
not used today, but it
No,
certainly was
that's
back in the
probably on
day.
purpose.
Yeah, I'm
So
probably seeing,
the
yeah.
hidden, yeah, keep the hidden truth of it out of your eyes, but nonetheless, it's still truth. It's still
It
there.
is.
That's the original meaning of this thing. So yeah, that's profound.
It is profound. I'm sitting here
Wow.
going, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to go back and rethink
Ball set.
this.
Wow. Primordial substances.
Yes, and Karen, you're
Wow.
right. Karen, Queen of Courts. Y'all check out the Crystal Network. The link is provided. Julianne has a whole section on the words, so
Yes. Yeah, and
we ought
she
to do
Karen,
something. Go ahead.
Karen's putting up a really cool story about an experience too that with a community that she sent the heart fossil to.
Excellent,
And it
excellent.
went to like a leader of the leader of a nation, like the shamanic person. And yeah, she tells the whole stories on the Crystal Network. It's pretty cool. And we're getting ready to do this connective meditation. So everybody get the information and let's get together and do this.
Let's do that. Go over there, and I'll, send me the information on it, and we'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
'cause
go bowling when the social distance. You see, bowling, that's another one. Um, you know, yeah. Oh man, I mean, folks, we just opened up. Well, Miss Trina, you want to take us out? Thank you, by the way. Thank you
oh,
all
thank
that's
you.
listening and all of y'all. It's just been a fabulous hour. So take us out,
Absolutely.
Miss Trina.
Like I said, family, I came here knowing that I was going to work with a group that would help change the world into a higher vibration. And you guys are that group. So thank you for being in my reality.
Mine's a lot more beautiful with you and ours. So thank you.
Oh, mine too, with you in mind. Like I said, oh, thank God. Thank Creator,
Big
whatever you want to
creator,
call it. But
whatever you want to
that
call it.
magical
Yeah.
soup that
Yeah.
brings us all together into our realities, I am so grateful for that.
As I say, that voodoo, that hoodoo do. I
I
don't
love
care.
it. I love it. I love it. The voodoo that the hoodoo do. Yes.
All right, folks. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Miss Trina. Are you going to be on with Brian tonight
I
or?
think so. I think so. Yeah, he wanted to do it tonight instead of Monday. So I'm like,
Okay.
okay.
All right. I think he's on at 8 o'clock my time, 10
Yep.
p.m. Milky Way Messengers. Go over there. It's going to be a fun hour. And thank you, all the rest of y'all. Y'all are just beautiful people. And Miss Trina, you stay with me, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye bye.